All right, guys. So we change the colors here. So we are a bit late to this one. I don't want to speed through too much. Oh, God. Hoang just lost his scout to Phosphoru's TC. Every game, Hoang has tried to lame, and he ran directly into the TC there and now has no scout, which is brutal for him. But yeah, we got Hoang playing Lithuanians. We got Phosphoru playing Bengalis. And you know what? I think I'm just going to slow it down here. Even if we're a little bit behind live time, it's not that big a deal. Between these two, we know what's happening usually. I did just ask people what Hoang does with Lithuanians. And it seems like the plan is fast militia, fast archers again. So just like the extra food you start with, I guess, is beneficial for this. Later on, they had pretty decent monks as well. Now, Phosphoru, he is going very similar to the previous game for those that watched. If you didn't, the previous game was insane. You got to check it out, YouTube, and just watch all these games. Honestly, they're sick. But yeah, he wants to go fast castle into Ratha here. So you should know this by now, but castle on the wood line and the gold is the goal, and then lots of Ratha. I find it very difficult to know what to do at this point with Phosphoru, or even Hoang for that matter, because like the information's out there, but you always have one or two people who hear everything for the first time, and so I always try and be, you know, aware of that. But also at the same time, if you've seen it 100 times, you don't want the streamer clarifying every time. So I don't know. I guess there's no way to get around it. Only thing Hoang really knew was about the TC. And here he is. He's going for man-at-arms. He saw the mining camp. He sees the berries. Phosphoru, funnily enough, doesn't see any of this. That is so freaking funny. Hoang is just chilling right between. And Phosphoru's scout is just scouting the map. I wonder what Hoang's going to do. Hoang doesn't have a scout. Okay. This is so funny. Someone says, is this PM Booze T90 where you swear? I may swear a little bit, yeah. I may swear a little bit. But it's not like part of the plan, you know? It's also not part of the plan to get drunk. I just want a drink or two, you know? Not gonna drink at like at noon on a community game day. Sorry, guys. That'll get out of hand fast. Alright, so Phosphoru sees the range, and Phosphoru also sees the archers there. And for the first time in this game, or not this game, I guess the series, he actually is going to be forced into a tower here because he didn't have the stone yet. And Hoang is going to murder some vills. Now, the important thing to remember here is the Bengalis get 2 new vills from the TC when they make it to the next stage. So my thinking is you can kind of be all right with losing 2 vills because then you're even with the opponent. And then, you know, if as an added bonus, you end up killing some army in the process, maybe that's not too bad. Hoang does end up sniping that second vill, which is actually very nice for him. And remember, like, the big thing here for Phosphoru is he still has to get 800 food and 200 gold to click up the castle, and then he needs enough stone to build the castle. And usually he incorporates selling some of that stone, so you don't want to drink at noon. Why did you even move to Florida? Well, when I'm streaming, you know? On the beach, you know. That's pretty decent time for that. When you do late streams, it should be rated PG-13. I don't know. I've thought a lot about it recently. Like, I explained it recently. I don't swear because I have an issue with it. Or I avoid swearing not because I have an issue with it. Not because I think you guys have an issue with it. But because I know my demographic and I know you guys probably do have children. Right? And so I don't know the frequency in which I'm on a living room TV, and like your partner, if you have one, is complaining about, oh, it's that dumb, stupid idiot on the TV again with that old game. I don't know that frequency, but I know it happens. And I know if you know, I don't want to give like people reasons to not be able to watch how they're watching right now, you know? So he thinks we have kids. Ha 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 ha. I don't know anyone's situation. Listen, I'm a little scarred. So basically, I had multiple instances where people told me, I've got, you know, I watch with the family, you know. At my meetup, at my viewing party for Hidden Cup 5, I had 5 or 6 year old girl who was the cutest. Wait in line for 2 hours to meet me. She was so starstruck. She didn't know how to say what she wanted to say, but she basically got across that she's obsessed with the 10 times tech videos. And then I accidentally let out an F-bomb. Hoang! What the... I accidentally let out an F-bomb in a 10 times tech YouTube video just this past week because it was just instinctually I swore. So I think about that stuff, you know? All right, so a lot has happened here. We got a castle from Phosphoru, which doesn't fully protect the wood line, interestingly enough, but it is directly on the gold, and he is sneaking a Vil. Now, his scout was alive at one point, and he found Hoang's base, but he's trying to sneak to build the siege workshop, I believe, and Hoang is walled. It's really important that Hoang full walls here, because the Ratha are going to come to your base. And the Ratha, they have a melee mode. So to use Phosphoru's words when he told me this months ago, he said Ratha are OP wood gold knights, which is true. You put them on melee mode, they have more HP than a knight, and they have as much base attack as a knight. The armor may be a little bit different, but yeah. And it was so funny because like. Meanwhile, I look at like Reddit and I talk to pro players and I hear opinions and everyone's like, Ratha are just the freaking worst, you know? And this guy's out here thinking they're OP. And I think they're really, really strong if the base is open. The base is not open for Hoang though, so. I watch with my wife who doesn't like swearing and we appreciate your PG language. Well, you know what? I'm kidding. I have this bleep button on my mixer, and I was very tempted, you know, to make a joke. But we don't make jokes here. We're very serious. So you got to be careful here if you're Hoang. And watch this. Hoang is going to try and build behind, but then they can switch to archer mode. So it's quite a shame, I think, that like the Bengalis actually have so many strengths in other ways because no one really feels the need. Like, most players never even use the Ratha because their elephant archers are nuts, their monks are nuts, and their eco's really good. So, players don't use them. But, like, Phosphoru is actually going to utilize this, like, variety of ways you can play the unit. And Hoang thinks this is all it is. He thinks it's just Ratha. He's going to try and go skirms. Guys, Hoang took a break after this. He said he was tired. Because, I mean, that previous game was crazy. He's going to have siege on his face. Just right away. It's crazy. So Hoang killed 2 Vils. And now, I don't know what he does. I have no clue what to suggest from here. I mean, you probably need to buy your own siege, maybe. Maybe buy some stone for a tower. It's just, this is just, the timing on this is crazy. This is why a lot of people accept that you cannot do feudal age damage against this guy, as we have the forward archer range researching skirms, and they just go fast castle. We really haven't seen Hoang attempt that. The only time that Hoang attempted that, he got a castle on his face. Which was just, again, I didn't know what to suggest at that point. There goes Hoang. He's thinking if I leave my base, he'll never find me. But these wood knights, the Ratha, are in on the wood line. The skirms for Lithuanians are very speedy, and skirms do have bonus damage against the Ratha. So that's where they're very different from a knight. Like, you would never make skirms against knights. And Hoang, hold on. Little bit of resilience from Hoang. Loses a lot of skirms. Oof. But he does kill the siege at least, and his villagers are safe on gold. That's something. How's the eco looking for Phosphoru? Actually has farms, actually has eco. Everything's looking very nicely balanced. And he's going to go for fletching now. I think some game sense here would be really important for Phosphoru, right? Like, he's not actually seeing that many Vils from Hoang. He is losing some of his army as well. A little bit wasteful, giving Hoang some opportunities. But Hoang is right here. Phosphoru does not know that. And I think Hoang maybe just showed his hand. That one Vil headed that way. Might make Phosphoru check. More siege is going to be on the way to pressure the TC. Hoang saves this Vil, which would probably make Phosphoru think that that was just a random villager out there for no obvious purpose. The skirms have done well for Hoang. I'm going to be honest. The TC as well. The TC's got 4 kills. And having the mobility of the skirms with the Lithuanians could be really helpful with Hoang with trying to pick down these Ratha. I would not be having fun in Hoang's position, though. He was very grateful I invited him for the show match, but this is... I really feel like the Bengalis and the Burmese are borderline unbeatable. I actually thought the same with Portuguese, though, and if you think about it, Hoang won against Portuguese, he won against Burmese, and now he's up against the Bengalis, but he's down in Vils. He's down 14 Vils. And the melee mode, Ratha just will take out the Vils there. Hoang is in a rough spot. But he doesn't know that Phosphoru has 41 Vils. Everyone just expects that Phosphoru's not producing Vils. That's something he's actually incorporated into the build here. Someone said just adopted a kitty and don't want her listening to bad words. On the whole swearing thing. Yeah, congratulations on the kitten. Congratulations on the kitten. Thank you, Gaffball, for the Prime. Barefoot, what's up? Thanks for the 20 months. Really, like, Hoang is just one moment away from tapping out of this game, honestly. This has just been dominant. I think if Phosphoru just gets his Ratha on the gold, Hoang suddenly has, like, no villagers anymore. I think the best way to play this if you're Hoang was never go feudal pressure at all, because the Bengali... 2 Vils is sometimes all you can ask for kills, and that's enough. But the Bengalis get those 2 Vils already for free in feudal, and then they get an additional 2 Vils off of fast castle. So they're up +4 with no damage, +2 in this case with damage. It's just too much to ask. So I think your best bet against this strategy is to go fast castle yourself and probably go monks. And you might be like, well, T90, like, yeah, but Bengalis have good monks too, bro. Yeah, but they have armor. Armor is against attack, not against your own monks converting their monks. It's not like faith armor. Don't want to give the devs any ideas here, but I guess that would be Teutons technically, but... So I think that that's probably what I would suggest. That is not helpful when you're dying, though, right? It is not helpful for me to give you a tip that says you done goofed, and you should have done something better. That's why, but there just a lot of people go straight fast castle themselves here. Interesting scenario we have here. Look at all the Ratha, the Vils. This is a micro scenario for Hoang. This isn't even about winning the game now. It's about out-microing the opponent. He's done a pretty decent job so far. That's enough Ratha, though, to be able to chase down and kill the skirms. Even though, like, skirms are amazing against Ratha. The key, really, was the siege combined with the Ratha, right? But there's a lot of chariots that crashed to the ground there. I think Phosphoru is going to be, like, he's going to watch this cast, and he's just going to be kicking himself he didn't go to this gold. That's what I'm not understanding. It's been, 2 hours since we started this. There's been some breaks here or there. So, easy to miss it, but, like, that is just, like, the target right now. Doesn't even need to hit that, because I think Hoang's clearly being outboomed anyhow, but that seems to be the straw that is going to break Hoang's back. I love the forward lumber camp. That's kind of funny, just to have some villagers around. And yeah, now Hoang's TC is going to be eaten. Anyone have a count on that, by the way? How many TCs has Phosphoru eaten today? I guess it would depend on if you count the Spanish castle drop. Because I don't remember if Hoang had his TC still at that point. That would have been eaten. He ate like 7 in the previous game against Hoang. Hoang getting ballistics. Everyone says go skirms against the Ratha. But you would probably need monks or your own siege to deal with the siege that's out here as well. The TC is being eaten. The elephant is here, ready to help with that. The gold villagers have been found. Very graphic noise when you hear the Rathas crash to the ground. I guess it's the wheels falling off the chariot. Poor Hoang. Poor Hoang. He doesn't want to accept that he's losing to this crap. But he calls the GG. And Phosphoru gets 3 wins here, guys. When I asked people before, like, who do you think wins this? We had some people saying Hoang easy, right? We had a lot of 5-2 Hoangs, which I was initially in agreement with. I did back it up and say 4-3 Hoang. But Phosphoru hasn't been around as long. I think he's got a longer list of strategies and civs. There is one big one, though, that we still haven't seen in this show match. And that is the #1 civilization that you associate with Hoang. Will he save it? Because it's a play all 7. Will he save it for game 7? Or will he go for his Celts? And will he try Celts in game number 6? We'll see. Again, like, I don't know how they're going to see this at the end. Seeing as it's a play all 7, maybe you don't think about winning the series. I would be thinking about winning the series. Someone says, this type of stuff is bad for new people to the game. I disagree. I think people oversimplify the strat. There are some of them which are really hard to stop. I agree with you. But let's not sit here and pretend that Phosphoru just went fast castle and this was easy because his unit was OP. He added tons of eco. He had the siege workshop timing in the perfect position at the perfect time. He really is, like, I've tried this myself, and I'm a better player than Phosphoru, and it's hard, man. Like, the timing of it is just after hundreds and hundreds and maybe like 1,000 games of trying some of this stuff. So I understand why people don't like some of these all-in strategies, but the guy was adding eco there. There were upgrades involved. It wasn't just like YOLOing one unit and not paying attention back at home there. That's my thought. I see both sides of it because I don't like playing against this strategy more than like 2 or 3 times because then it can get really annoying. But I also don't like it when people just look at Phosphoru or Hoang and say like, what they do is just so easy. It's just the same thing. Yeah, but they have a special talent for it, you know? That's my feeling. So, YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this game as much as I did. The good news for you is that tomorrow will be the next game from these two, as it is a play all 7. So keep an eye out, like the video, and leave a comment if you enjoyed, and I'll see you then.